It's the Action Figure Show, Halloween Special. On tonight's scary episode, the Action Figure of the Week. Top 10 Dumb Halloween Costumes. Larry's Halloween Rant. Vintage Halloween Photos. The Top 5 Horror Playsets. This week's special guest, Max Wright. All that and more on The Action Figure Show. And now back from a recent trip to a haunted toy liquidator, it's that Junkman!
Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Welcome back to The Action Figure Show, the Halloween special. That's right, the Halloween special. Larry, what are you dressed up like?
I'm sure everyone knows who I am. I'm Thomas Magnum. But honestly, I've been trying to figure out who you are for the last 30 minutes.
You don't know who I am?
Farrah Fawcett?
No, I'm not Farrah Fawcett.
Oh, Kurt Cobain.
No, I'm not Kurt Cobain. See the bloody nose? 11, Stranger Things.
I thought she was bald-headed.
So anyway, welcome back to the show. This week we're going to skip news. Sorry, no action figure news this week because we're going to talk Halloween. It's the Halloween episode. First, as always, let's check in with Larry and see how his weekend was. Larry, how was your weekend?
Well, it started out pretty good. I had this little bunion on the back of my foot, so I went to the doctor and he looked at it, and I called some other guys to come over and look at it, and it turns out it wasn't a bunion at all. It was just skin cancer.
Ooh, that's scary. That's a good way to start the weekend right there. Or start the show, I should say, with something scary. Let's talk costumes, Larry. What about costumes? So one of the first costumes I remember buying was probably one of the Dukes of Hazzard ones. I can't remember which one it was. If it was Luke or... God dang, his hair's getting everywhere. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. Whew. I don't see how Millie does it all the time. Okay. One of my first costumes I remember is probably one of the Dukes of Hazzard. Either Luke or Bo. It's probably Luke. It was a pretty cool costume. What about you, Larry? What's the costumes you remember?
I always liked to dress up like the Gooch. That was probably my favorite costume. You know, from Different Strokes. I think I dressed up like him 4 years in a row.
I remember that. I used to dress up a lot. The only time I remember really putting on makeup was probably around 1989. I did the Joker from Batman. I bought one of those kits that never come out like they're supposed to. You remember those kits? It would come with the makeup kit, and it would show like Joker from the movie. You would never get that makeup look like that, and within 30 minutes it would start running down your face. But the Ben Cooper costumes were the best. I did a whole video on those. You might want to check those out. Anything else, Larry?
One time I dressed up like a G.I. Joe character. Bought the costume and everything.
Whoa! Yes, I forgot about that costume. Yeah, and I think the only Star Wars one I remember doing is I remember getting the Don Post mask at Zayre's of Darth Vader. I got it months before Halloween. I remember my grandma bought it for me in August, and she's like, "You sure you're not going to want anything else? If we get this is your Halloween gift or your Halloween costume." I was like, "Yeah," and I wore that thing every day to Halloween. Wore on Halloween, and I remember it was so hot. The lens would fog up. It was hard to breathe in that. Yeah, really remember that one. What's that, Larry?
One year I dressed up like the Rubik's Cube. Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't the Rubik's Cube. It was the Rubik's Cube's son, Teddy.
That does sound like a pretty awesome costume right there. It does. So Wampas do celebrate Halloween. I wasn't sure.
Sure, we celebrate Halloween. We're not a bunch of commies.
Well, that's good to know that they do that. Now, I remember my brother dressed up like a mummy one time, wrapped himself all up. That was pretty cool. And like I said, most of our costumes we bought. We didn't do a lot of, homemade costumes. But see what else, some other ones I remember. It's odd, I can't remember much of my Halloween costumes. I can remember a few here and there, but I remember the Dukes of Hazzard, I remember the Darth Vader mask, I remember the Joker, because I was a lot older then, but I can't really remember.
You also dressed up like Blair from Facts of Life.
That's right, I did dress up like that one year. I forgot about that. Thanks, Larry.
I remember one year I dressed up like Mr. Belding. Everybody loved that costume. Man, Halloween's such a great time.
Great costumes. Hopefully you guys did some great costumes. Let me know in the comments below. Now, We do got a top 10 list here we're going to do for you. Top 10 best Halloween costumes. Are you ready? This is going to be fun, Larry. This is going to be fun. The top 10 Halloween costumes. Whew! Are you ready to go? You ready for this, Larry?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to see what's on this top 10 list.
I guess I should have said this is the top 10 stupidest Halloween costumes. Here we go. Number 10. Yo-Yo from the Holmes and Yo-Yo's television show. Who remembers Holmes and Yo-Yo's? It was about a detective and his robot friend. I did a whole video on the first episode. Got canceled. I think it was only 8 episodes, but actually did the robot character as a Halloween costume. Check it out. The show was a major flop. I don't know any kid that would have bought this. And it's kind of creepy looking if you ask me. So that's number 10, Holmes and Yo-Yo's, the costumes. I guess that's just Holmes, right, Larry? Is that Holmes or is that Yo-Yo?
That was the wacky robot, Yo-Yo.
Right. I can never remember which one. Where are we up to now? Oh, you'll like this one right here, Larry. This one's for you. Number 9, Blue Knight. I don't know what Blue Knight is, but I know who the character is that played Blue Knight. It was a cop show, I guess. I don't remember this, but it was played by George Kennedy. Here it is, the Blue Knight. I don't remember this show. I don't remember hearing anything about it or anything. This is the only time I've ever heard the name Blue Knight. But it must have been popular enough to get a Halloween costume. Then again, Holmes and Yo-Yo's got one, so I guess you didn't have to be too popular. Oh, Blue Knight. You ever heard of that? I've never heard of it. Have you heard of it?
Never heard of it at all.
Yeah, you're right. I never heard of that. Never heard of Blue Knight. What are we up to now? We're going to stay with cop shows. Oh, Blue Knight. Let me throw Blue Knight away. We're still going to stay with cop shows. Number 8. This is 2 for 1. 2 for 1, Larry. 2 for 1 night here on the Action Figure Show, Larry. 2 for 1. You ready for this one? Starsky and Hutch. Good show, bad costume. Take a look. Yep, Starsky and his buddy Hutch. Not the very coolest looking Halloween costume, if you ask me. Starsky and Hutch. I love that car. That's probably one of the best. If you did the top 5 best cars on television, that would have to be in the top 10 right there. What else are we up to? Oh, here we go. There we go. Sorry about that. But hair is all in my mouth. Larry, I'm getting hair in my mouth.
Wampas have that problem a lot. Especially because our girlfriends never shave.
Watch it, Larry. Watch it. Oh, number 6, I think. Can you believe they made a costume so kids could dress up like... They made costumes so kids could dress up like Benji. Benji the dog. Take a look. Here it is. And I will give you this for Halloween. It is creepy as shit. Ugh. I keep touching my nose, Larry. Look at this. I don't even know if the blood even shows up, but it gets everywhere. Look at this.
My hand looked like that after my first prom night.
What, Larry?
My hand looked like that after prom night.
Larry, come on. This is a family show. Benji, one of the scariest Halloween costumes I've ever seen in my life. So scary. Okay, here's another one now. Kids really wanted to dress up like the Transformers. But some kids couldn't get the Transformer costume because their local Revco or Edgar drugstore was out of it. And their parents didn't buy the costume to Halloween night, so they had to go as this. A GoBot. Yeah, this is some stupid looking shit. I'm not going to say it. I'm not like Larry. This is one stupid looking costume. The GoBots. The GoBots. Larry, what'd you like better, Transformers or GoBots?
I was more into the Go Transform. It is a smaller toy line, was only sold at Family Dollar.
You would, Larry. You would enjoy that more. Where's Higgins at?
He had to keep an eye on Robin's master's estate. You know, Rick was coming over. You never know what he's going to get into.
Okay, Higgy baby. I should have dressed up like Higgins. I should have been Higgins, and you should have been... Yeah, you should have kept your Magnum, and I could have been Higgins. That would have been good. What are we up to? Here's a show. I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch my videos knows this one. And did you know they had costumes based on it? More than one. Space 1999. Yes, you in the 70s could look like you were in the future in the 90s. Check it out. Now I'll be honest, I don't really remember this show. I remember it was on. I do remember my brother had this toy of the ship, and it was very cool, but it became a Star Wars ship for us. Space, 1999. 1999, Larry, 1999. Now I don't know what number we're at. Sorry, I lost the count. But here's one of my favorite game show hosts. It's probably this guy right here. Now I know you're thinking this is probably a Wink Martindale Halloween costume. That would be cool too, but this was very cool. If you ever watched The Gong Show, Chuck Barris. I love this guy. He was great. He was always, was he just snapping his finger, pointing? I can't remember. I haven't seen it in so long. But he would clap and say something, clap and point. And he was a CIA agent, wasn't he? What? You see that movie? You see that? He wrote a book about it and everything, how he was a secret assassin. You see that, Larry? I think George Clooney directed it.
Oh yeah, Sam Rockwell played him. Very, very good movie. Very good movie.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. The book's supposed to be really good. Never read it, but anyway, they made the guy from Gong Show had a Halloween costume. Look, and it looks a lot like him. I'll give it to him. It looks like him. Look at, I got fake blood everywhere. The Gong Show. Chuck Barris. Where we at now? Okay, got to talk Star Wars. We got to throw Star Wars in here. So, oh God, Larry, this whole dress-up thing might have looked good on paper, didn't it?
Well, I'm really enjoying my costume. In fact, I might sleep in it.
Yeah, well, if I just sat over there with a mustache and sitting over here in the heat.
That's not a girl's shirt, you know.
Okay, I didn't have a girl's shirt to put on. Did the best I could, sorry. We didn't have the budget for a shirt, a shirt like 11 wears. Just like we didn't have the budget for your Hawaii shirt. We just had the budget for a mustache and a wig. Thanks, Patreon. What we got now? Oh yeah, Luke Skywalker, Ben Cooper costume. It's not a very good looking Luke. Take a look. Ugh. Yeah, not a very good looking Luke. Yeah, if it wasn't for the smock that says Star Wars Luke Skywalker on it, I wouldn't even know who it was. Okay, this paint's going too far now. It is just bothering me, and I don't even think it showed up on the camera. I should have just put ketchup. Look at it, it's everywhere. Ah. I'm going to wear this thing the whole episode? Okay, where are we at now? Oh, check this one out. Remember the television show from the 70s, Laverne and Shirley? Well, Shirley got her own costume. Well, I'm sure Laverne did too, but we're going to look at Shirley. It is god-awful. Check this out. Whew, this is ugly. I think this is ugly. Looks more like my PE coach in the 2nd grade. Man, I pull it back, put it in a bun or something. Where are we at now? Oh, Laverne and Shirley costume. That was weird. That was crazy. What's number 1? Here we go. The stupidest one of them all. Stupidest one, Larry. This is, I think you'll agree with this. Was that bothered me. Sorry, guys. I don't mean picking my nose, but that fake blood is bothering the hell out of me. Here we go. Everybody loved Atari. Everybody loved video games. And everybody loved asteroids. So, there was an asteroids costume. Number 1, asteroids. Take a look. Here it is. I guess it's an asteroids. That's what the package says. But it doesn't really look like a big giant rock to me. Asteroids. The worst Halloween costume I could find. Oh. 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 Yeah, this hair is everywhere. Okay, let me try to look pretty here. Where are we at now? Oh, okay. Try to look pretty here. Let's talk candy. Larry, what's some kind of candy you like? That you got for Halloween, that is.
I always love those wax cola bottles.
I always like those sixlets. Sixlets? Remember those? Like little, those are like M&Ms with those little round hard things. I love those. Those were very cool. The worst thing to get on Halloween, what were we all going to say it? A sack full of pennies where somebody would give you like 10 pennies or something. Y'all had that up in Hoth?
No, I can't say no one ever gave us a sack of pennies. But a couple people in the neighborhood would give us yellow snowballs.
Whew. That's worse than pennies. Whew. Always cool when you find a house that gave king size candy. Well, not king size, but regular size candy bars. Nobody gave kings out. That's crazy. Regular size candy bar, you had to hit that house 2 or 3 times, man. That was some fun times. Anything with peanut butter, Reese Cup, always a good favorite. Always had to hit that house 2 or 3 times. You know, I don't know, I took my kids trick-or-treat. They would only go to the house once. Man, we would go around the neighborhood 3 or 4 times. How long would you stay out on Halloween night, Larry?
Well, I don't know how late we stay out, but we wouldn't come home until it wasn't Halloween anymore.
Same here. Me and my friends we didn't have our parents with us for one thing. Didn't have our parents with us. A group of us would all go out trick or treating. Parents would be at home watching a Halloween special or something. Be trick or treating with us. We out having fun. Oh, parents ruin everything, don't they? Okay, Larry. Now we're gonna get to the toys. I know this is the action figure show, and we've been avoiding toys this whole episode, but we're gonna talk toys. We're gonna look at the top 5 scariest action figure play sets. Maybe I can put a graphic up or something. Ooh, that's scary. Okay, well, let's go. Top 5. Larry, I think you'll really like this one because you really told me one time that you love haunted houses. You love to go to haunted houses. So Idol, the company that made the not $6 million man, the Evil Knievel motorcycle. They made a haunted house. Check this out. This is Ideal's haunted house. Ooh, it is so scary looking. Just looking at these pictures gives me goosebumps on my goosebumps. This is some scary stuff. Ideal's haunted house. Now, most of the stuff we're going to look at is the 70s and 80s as always, but we're going to go to 2015 for this one. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in 2015. Did I say that? I think I said that already. 2015 Super 7 Reaction Haunted House. Check this out. It looks cheap, but it's very cool. If you had your Super 7 reaction figures, or just some classic old figures, they would look really cool in this haunted house. As much as I hate Scooby-Doo, I wouldn't mind some Super 7 Scooby-Doos to put in this haunted house. Haunted House. 2000 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I don't remember that. Larry, here's one I think. I put this one on the list just for you because Larry knows this too. Watch. What's round and doesn't fall down?
Danny DeVito.
Besides Danny DeVito.
Oh, you must be talking about Weeble Wobbles.
That's right, Weeble Wobbles. I loved Weeble Wobbles. Now, I thought for years I had a Weeble Wobbles Gilligan Allen set, but when I try to Google it, I can't find it. The most I can find is this bathtub toy that doesn't look like Weeble Wobbles at all. And I think that's what I had right there, Weeble Wobbles. I'm going to show the picture to it. Here it is, the Weeble Wobbles Haunted House playset. Man, have they ever brought back Weeble Wobbles? Why don't kids today have Weeble Wobbles? These are really cool. And wasn't it fun trying to knock down Weeble Wobbles? Push them down, they pop right back up unless you put a brick or something on them. Weeble Wobbles. Weeble Wobbles, Larry. Larry, one of the best monster sets there were in the 70s, or I guess it might have been the early 80s, was Remco Monster Set. They had Dracula, I think Frankenstein, going off the top of my head here. They had Phantom of the Opera. But the best thing is they had a carrying case that turned into a mad laboratory. Now, I did a whole video on this set of figures, but I had to throw this one on here. Check this out. Remco's Mini Monster Play Case. It's not just a carrying case. It opens up to a very cool little play set. Ain't that cool, Larry? That is cool, man. That is cool. Now, Remco. What's it called? Remco Mini Monster Play Carrying Case. Now, here's another one. I don't think many people know this one, but it was kind of cool. I just had to throw it in this video here. It's by kind of a generic toy company. It's kind of by a generic toy company, but it's a monster castle. And it looks very cool. And if you've never seen it before, I hope maybe you'll be like, I got to get that. Check it out. The Monster Castle by Technofix. I never heard of the company, and I don't think this was released in America, but I wish it was. It's a very cool Monster Castle. Whew. That's the Monster Castle. That's number one. Number one with a bullet. Now, Larry, that's Halloween memories. Did anything ever scare you? Can you think of probably the scariest thing that happened when you were out trick-or-treating?
Well, one time me and my friends, we were walking in this new neighborhood we never really been to before. And then, out of nowhere, we saw this guy dressed up like the 6th Vice President of the United States, John Calhoun. Looked exactly like him. It was terrifying.
Ooh, that sounds horrifying. Horrifying. I don't really have anything that was really like a real scary thing. Now, can't believe I'm going to talk about this on the video here. There was a girl named April. She was, I was probably 13, 12, 11 probably more like it. She was probably 17 or 18. Man, she used to beat us. She was the bully of the neighborhood. But she only lived in this little valley of the hill, and you don't go down there. She'll get you. She would twist your arm behind your back. And we were like 11, and she was like 17. I can remember one Halloween, we was like, okay, we got to get through that road. We got to get down. To get to the good houses, you had to go down her road, and she might grab you, twist your arm behind your back, and take your candy. And I went down there, me and my friend Boyd, and I thought everything was good. Everything looked, it was going smoothly and everything. And it's a little area with no houses. There's a lot of wooded areas, a lot of woods. And her house was kind of off to the side. It wasn't like house like the rest of the neighborhood. And we saw her house, and we saw that her light in a bedroom, we figured was hers own. So okay, we got it. She's inside. She's probably watching Charlie Brown Halloween special or something. But we walked by. Then just out of the woods, out of nowhere, boom! There she was. Grabbed my arm. I dropped my bag of candy. Twisted my arm behind my back. I went to Boyd. Told Boyd, get the candy, and get out of here. He ran off, ran up the hill, left the candy there. Boyd, you left the candy. I can take care of myself. I'll take a broken arm or a twisted up arm. But you don't leave the candy behind. So, story short, I fell into the road. Someone took my bag of candy, and we had to start all over. Still can't forget that, April, wherever you are. Okay, Larry, let's look at some vintage Halloween pictures. These are pictures from Halloween's past. Halloween vintage photos. You'll enjoy this one, Larry. Let's check out this first one here. Look at these cool lads on that very cool plaid couch. Let's see what we got there. Okay, we got Casper. We got a devil. A very, very scary clown. And I guess that's Snoopy. Not really sure who the woman in the gold is. It's not Wonder Woman. Looks like she's got candles on her head. And then we got someone, I'm guessing, from Planet of the Apes. I hope that's not Cornelius. Ooh, that's creepy. Okay, and let's check out another vintage photo. This is probably the fattest Bugs Bunny I've ever seen in my life. I think, Larry, is that Bugs Bunny?
Man, Junkman, you got me. It says Bugs Bunny, but why is he wearing a hat?
Yeah, the shirt says Bugs Bunny, but it's wearing a hat. I don't know what that is. Let's look at another one. Now this is one cool kid. I wish I could say it was me, but it's not. But it's some kid dressed up like an X-Wing Luke Skywalker. That's very cool. That's probably the coolest kid I've ever seen. Well, Larry, did you see that kid?
That kid has to be the biggest dork ever, dressed up like Luke Skywalker. Ugh. I guess he's some kind of hero. Yeah, some kind of hero going around killing innocent wampus that's just trying to protect him, trying to warm him up and keep him alive.
Larry! Don't listen to Larry. That's a cool kid. If it's you, you're a cool kid. You're all cool kids anyway. Let's look at another one. Look at these cool kids. One kid is dressed up like Baby Yoda, and the other one, Gangster Chewbacca. How about that? Can you believe that, Larry? Someone dressed up like Gangster Chewbacca. Our very own. Somebody is such a fan of this channel, they dressed up like one of the characters we have on this channel. Gangster Chewbacca. Let's look at another vintage photo. Whoa, this one. Look at this one here. This is like an older family dressed up for sure. We have a country cowboy in the back and a big country bear. How about that? And a pirate. What else do we see? Two country hicks. I like the headless man right there. Wait, or is that a big tooth? I can't tell if it's supposed to be a tooth holding a toothbrush or a headless man. And then we got... Ooh. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry. Larry, we're going to act like no one saw that before we talked about it. Swear, we didn't know that was in the photo. We're sorry. Let's look at the next one. Here's another cool kid, dressed like one of the characters, I don't know his name, from Ghostbusters, the cartoon. It would have been cool if he dressed up like Bill Murray, but he went with the real Ghostbusters cartoon. Still pretty cool. Okay, let's see. We got another one? Let's look at another one. Okay. At first we have Batman, and we know it's Batman because it says it really big on his chest. We've got a kid in the middle, not sure if it's a boy or a girl, and doesn't look like he's dressed up at all. What a team player. And we got a very scary looking clown. All clowns are scary. And then we got Frankenstein, I guess, because that's what it says on his smock. For some reason, he has a spider stuck on his face, and his mask looks nothing like Frankenstein. This is the craziest costume I've ever seen. A spider stuck on a monster face wearing a Frankenstein smock. Whew. Is that it? We got more. Okay, let's look at another one. Another Batman here. Right next to, let me zoom in. As I thought, that's Luke Skywalker. Everybody remembers when Luke Skywalker wore plastic red pants. He's holding his basket proudly, but not Batman. He put it down in the back. He was too cool to hold that basket. A lot of Batman costumes. Batman was popular in the 70s and still today. Let's look at another photo here. Okay, this has got some great 80s characters. We got Darth Vader in the back, a Snoopy, one of the Muppets, I think. Is that one of the aliens from Sesame Street? Or one of those aliens from Sesame Street? Some girl, I don't know what that girl's dressed up like, and another girl in black. I guess that's a witch, I'm not really sure. We got Garfield. Yeah, some kid dressed up like Garfield on purpose. And then we got Skeletor. Oh my god, that's scary. But then, two kids dressed up like He-Man. At least one of them could have painted it blue and went as Faker. Two He-Man? Come on. Don't copy somebody else. You know one kid had, hey, I want that He-Man costume. And probably his little brother was like, I gotta have it too! I gotta have it too! And started crying to his mom so they both got it. I never had a little brother. They sound annoying. I was the little brother, and I was annoying. What about you, Larry? Was you the little brother?
Well, I was the little brother, but I was also the older brother. I was kind of in the middle, but I did have some younger brothers, about 17 of them.
That's right. I forgot how many little wampus you guys had. Okay, let's look at another one. Oh, check this one out. Got a Dracula in the back, but the coolest is probably the Gremlin. Look at that. And then we got Doctor Doom. And I don't know what that is in the middle. Some kind of Wolfman, I guess. Some of these costumes, I'm not even sure where they are. Here's one more. Not really sure who the girl is. And check out the boy behind her. He has a plastic chainsaw. I guess that's a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And there's Casper. I don't know how friendly that ghost is. Look at that face. That's not a friendly face. That is probably the creepiest costume I've ever seen in my whole life. Whoa. That is a creepy Casper. Creepy. Okay, I guess that's all. What, Larry?
I brought a picture of me in one of my favorite Halloween costumes. I thought you guys might like to see it.
You have a picture of you when you were little, dressed up? I gotta see that. Let's show it up on the screen.
And here I am. I love this costume. I tell you, I think I wore this costume every day for at least 6 months after Halloween. Every single day.
He has the nerve to talk about some kid dressed up like Luke Skywalker. Larry, let me ask you, do you remember this? Back in the 80s, probably in the 70s too, back in the 80s at my school, the school library had these orange books that were always scary books. It was like King Kong and Dracula and Frankenstein, monster books. They were very cool. Does anybody remember those? Oh, you remember those, Larry?
Oh yeah, I remember those, the Crestwood monster books. Yeah, my library at school had a bunch of those also.
Yes, Crestwood Monster Series. Man, did y'all have those in your school library, or maybe you had them at your real library, or maybe you just bought them yourself? They were, I don't remember ever reading a single one of them, but I remember getting the getting the book at the library and looking through all the pictures, man. Like I said, they had them all. King Kong, Godzilla, they had a Godzilla one. What's that?
Did they do one about Pumpkinhead?
No, Larry, I don't think they had that one in a book. God, this fake blood is bothering me. Sorry, I feel like I'm picking my nose here. Now, Larry's gonna give us the Halloween winner. Try that again. Now, Larry's gonna give us the Halloween. Larry.
Yes?
You ready to give us the Halloween rant? I can't say it.
Am I ever?
Sure thing. Here he is, ladies, with his Halloween rant, Larry J. Wampa.
I, like many of you, am a big fan of Halloween. It's a great time, especially for kids. It's a time when you go out with your buddies, your best friends, and you discover a lot about yourself and your friends while you go next door or to the houses around the neighborhood and get free candy. And it's a good bonding experience with your friends. But, like anything, it always has to be ruined. And one thing that ruined Halloween is something called trunk or treat. You heard me right. Trunk or treat, not trick or treat. This is when a local church, usually a Baptist church, but not always, but a local church will have the parents of that church come to the parking lot in their car and open up the back of the car, the trunk of the car, and have candy in it. A lot of times these overweight single moms will sit on the back of the car or right next to the car, hand out candy. There's nothing more disgusting than a trunk or treat. Look, I know what you're gonna say. It's safer than going around the neighborhoods. Bullshit. There's never been any case of anyone poisoning Halloween candy. No one has ever found a razor blade inside an apple. Plus, what kid gets an apple for Halloween? If any kid I know, even myself as a child, got an apple for Halloween, first thing we would do when we got it is throw it back at the house that gave it to us and try to bust out a window with it. No kid's gonna want an apple, much less eat an apple. So don't worry about an apple with a razor blade in it. And then again, no one's ever poisoned Halloween candy for kids. Get over it. Halloween, just as safe as any other holiday. If not, probably even safer. But please, never take your children to a church parking lot so they can get candy out of a trunk. That's not Halloween. Trick or treat is what you do. You don't do trunk or treat. Besides, if you want to talk about taking your kids somewhere unsafe, a church parking lot, really? That's probably the most unsafe thing I've ever heard of. One thing, you got kids hanging around a church. That right there seems a little unsafe. Plus, you got kids running around the back of cars. Easily a car could roll into one of your little fat kids. Please, parents, don't ever take your kids to trunk or treat. It's boring. It's not fun. Let your kids live. Send them out in the neighborhood dressed up alone. Okay, if they're 4 or 5, maybe they can't go alone. But at least when they hit about 8 or 9, let them go out and trick or treat by themselves. They'll be okay. This is my Halloween rant and my hatred for trunk or treat.
Larry, I think for once, I would have to agree with you on that. Trunk or treat. Parents ruin everything. You know, DJ Jazzy Jeff says parents don't understand. He ought to redo another song called Parents Just Ruin Everything. What is it? So you hit a certain age, you just stop having fun. You can't remember what childhood was like either. Oh well. Let's do a figure of the week. Well, we're going to still do a figure of the week. Check out this Dracula. This Dracula figure was released in Brazil from Gaslight. Or is it Glasslead? It was released in the early 80s. Does Dracula come with a coffin? Or maybe some garlic? No, he comes with a 4x4 truck and a Corvette. Why? I mean, why, really? 4x4 I can understand, but why a Corvette? Makes no sense. Okay, guess it's time. No, it's not time. We got a guest coming up. I'm really excited about this guest here. If you ever watched the television show Alf, then you probably remember the dad on Alf. Max Wright is going to be here. But before we get to Max Wright, don't want to run out of time, we're going to go talk to Alien Todd, and he's going to give us the inappropriate joke of the week. Here's Alien Todd.
Did you hear about the new Helen Keller walking action figure? You turn it on and it walks into walls.
He's going to get us canceled for sure. Thank you, Alien Todd. That's Alien Todd with the inappropriate joke of the week. They're going to get worse, guys. Trust me. They're going to get a lot worse as we go on. And I don't mean unfunny. I mean more inappropriate. Be warned. Be very warned. So, now, let's welcome to the show. You know him from the Norm Show. You know him from the Alf Show. You know him from his release sex tape where he's smoking crack. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt.
Junkman?
What, Larry?
I'm not really sure how to tell you this, but it seems Max Wright, he passed away in 2019.
What? He's dead? But I talked to him on the phone about coming here. He was really excited.
Are you sure it was Max Wright?
Yeah, I'm sure it was him. He knew a lot about Alf.
Man, that's strange. But I'm sure. He passed away in 2019. I looked it up.
We'll be right back.
A 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, a 6. 6! Surprise! It's Six Finger! It looks like a finger, but watch him flip. It's a secret weapon at your fingertip. Just point and fire. Six Finger sends an SOS missile to your friends.
Six Finger! Six Finger! Six Finger!
Fires cap-loaded bombs and they explode as a ballpoint pen and signals in code. Looks like a finger so no one can see who has Six Finger.
Me! Me! Me!
Shoots rockets that burst and bombs that explode and writes with a pen and signals in code. Shoots message missiles and watch 'em go. And it looks like your finger, and how will they know?
Six Finger! Six Finger! Six Finger!
Here's how to get it on the card right there. Less than $2 everywhere. Six Finger, man alive.
How did I ever get along with five?
Okay, welcome back to the Action Figure Show, the Halloween special. What are we up to now, Larry? What are we doing?
It's my favorite time of the show. It's time for some viewer mail.
Okay, now it's time for some viewer mail. We're going to read a question. Now, you can still call us and leave a question on our voicemail, this number right here. We didn't check them this week because the Halloween special. So leave a question there. We might play it in an upcoming episode. The viewer mail. This one comes from Bill Todd from Gary, Indiana. Let's go. Dear Junkman, loving the show here in Gary, Indiana. And what I would like to know is what one Halloween costume you always wanted but never got? That's a good question. A Halloween costume that I always wanted but never got. You know, I can think of a lot of toys I always wanted and never got. Larry, is there any costume you wanted but couldn't get?
I always wanted to dress up like Kevin Kupacheski.
Oh, Larry. But there was one costume, now that I think about it, there was one costume I really wanted to get. Sadly, it didn't come out when it should have back in the 70s when it was based on. It was probably more of the, it came out in the kind of late 80s where I was getting into that, I'm too cool for costumes. But check this out, I found it up on Google, and this is really what I wanted to dress up like, but I thought I was too old and couldn't tell anybody. Deep down, I really wanted this. It was a costume based on one of my favorite Halloween television shows ever. The Paul Lynde witch costume from the Paul Lynde Halloween special. I never got it. I never got to dress up like witch Paul Lynde. I never got it. Well, believe it or not, that's our Halloween special. Larry, what'd you think about this one?
This is probably by far the best Halloween special we've done.
It was kind of fun to do something a little differently. Y'all guys let me know below. Did you like seeing something a little different? Who knows? We might do a Flag Day episode whenever that is. I'm not sure when that's coming up. Maybe we'll do a Christmas one or something else. I'm not really sure. Larry, tell them about social media.
Sure thing, boss. We got 2 social media accounts. You can follow us on Instagram at The Action Figure Show. That's very simple and easy to find. On Twitter, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to follow us at Action Fig Show. Action Fig Show. Not Action Figure Show. It was too many letters.
That's right. Join our social media. And guys, share this video if you like the Action Figure Show. Make it a hit. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets about the Action Figure Show. I think that's it. Larry, anything else you want to add?
I think I've said everything that needs to be said.
Larry, I don't got nothing else to add either. That was a lot of fun. You guys, I don't care how old you are, if you're 5, 55, or 105, go out trick-or-treating. Have some fun. Don't let parents ruin something fun. Halloween's one of the best holidays there is. Go out, trick-or-treat, and stay away from those trunking treats. Don't get your candy from a trunk in a church parking lot. Thank you for watching. We will be back next Friday at 7 p.m. for the Action Figure Show.
Next on Magnum, is Higgins being hustled by a gold-digging hussy? Is Magnum losing his mind? Is action, surprises, and fireworks in paradise on Magnum PR? Next.
I'm Audra Lee. See you next time on Kids Beat.